Close your eyes.
Hello everyone, welcome to Willow and Roots. It's Michelle here and I have another reading for you. Today's reading we're going to receive loving guidance from the universe. This has been a crazy end of the year. Not only was there all this energy put out there for the elections, but it's a time where we are pushed to the max because of holidays. We have Thanksgiving coming up, then Christmas, and in between for some individuals you have birthdays, right? It's a very expensive period as well for some. But I wanted to speak about truly seeing where we are spiritually. Now, with the elections, a lot of people were in a very, very somber mood with the results. A lot of people had a lot to say, and they're entitled to their own opinions. But what they were talking about regarding the candidates seemed more personal than what the candidates can do for us as leaders. And there's been a lot of breakups in romantic relationships because of this. Family members not talking to each other, friends ending friendships over an opinion or a choice. Isn't that what we are entitled to? Are we walking on dangerous grounds where we are silencing a person because of their opinion? And when I mean opinion, it's not even one that is going to harm others. It's their outlook. We run the risk, if we choose to silence people and not hear them out, of losing our freedom of speech. Because if we do not agree with the views of others, let's say they're in the majority, then that's a problem. And of course, with how I'm seeing humanity behaving now, when they're in this state of hysteria, it's usually leaning more towards the shadow side. So it's not like I don't agree with your opinions, but I respect you as a human being as we share common interests, and then that's it. It's I don't want to know you anymore, and you should be put in prison. You should be no longer here. I mean, it's to that extreme where people want harm to be done on others because they do not share the same opinion. Now, we have to look at this from a spiritual perspective. If we truly believe in the Creator, God, the universe, that there is something greater, and everything that is happening on this earth, the Creator has knowledge of and may have allowed it to happen for a reason. Why are we in this energy of wanting to lash out? More and more I am seeing, because I'm trying to really get a better understanding of what this human experience is about. And I'm starting to see more of the rules on the game of life. Just think about it. The obstacles that we faced, the biggest one was in 2020, where we all had the opportunity to use our free will and to simply say no, but we chose not to, out of fear. And another situation has happened again. This is the key point. It involves uniting, even if we have differences of opinions, but there are always common interests. And that's what we unite on. For me, when I look at politics, American politics, even politics here in the UK, there's always a higher master that these politicians are answering to, okay? So it's not necessarily pointing the fingers at them and pointing the fingers at the little people. You gotta look at who's behind the curtain pulling the strings. But of course, we tend to not do that. We like to think small. There's only so much both candidates would have been able to do or will be able to do, but we still have our free will. It is important to not be a loose cannon and take rash and highly emotional approaches to expressing that free will. And what I mean by that is it has to be done intelligently. If you notice, you are constantly hearing, do not think, do not use your intelligence, do not use the mind, use the heart. So you are going to be filled with all these emotions, and that is what you're going to use to lead you. There has to be a balance. But in this game, it is strategic. You have to use your mind and intelligence. Our strength is in large numbers, and we're talking about everyone, no matter what opinions you have uniting, but it is uniting on common interests. And the common interests are, you want to make sure that you have a roof over your head. Don't we all want that? We all want food in our bellies, or the ability to be able to eat and to feed our families. We all want money in our pockets. We all want our children to be safe, to have a good education. We all want that. So that's a starting point. And it doesn't matter who is in the office. We all require those needs. And it is for us to ensure that they meet those needs. It doesn't matter what they do in their personal life, as long as they don't interfere with children. That's an obvious thing. But can they run the country, right? Many of us, our security is paramount. And that's what we need to ensure that our leaders provides for us. So it's not about, well, I like her, I like him, because, and it's just some kind of freaking unnecessary reasons that's not going to improve your life, because they can go into office and not do shit. But it is important, again, security, making sure that there's individuals in the country who's not going to destroy it. It's very easy to forget the flipping time that we're in. The portals are open. Entities are everywhere, getting into people, open people who are lost, confused, in a sunken place, and they're getting up to all kinds of mischief. Do not be one of them, especially with being in a lower energy, allowing this to distract you from the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is the creator. If you have decided to fall into the trap of what these lower energies have laid out for you to fall in, go and immediately connect with source, connect with God, build that bond and that relationship. If you have any questions and concerns, why is this happening? Connect to source. Why don't you ask source? I've said it time and time again. Human beings are so quick and happy to connect with the lower demonic energies, to get their frustrations out and to lash out and to do cruel acts instead of connecting to source. And that says a lot about where you are on your journey. And I know that's going to trigger some of y'all, but it has to. It's getting out of this fantasy land idea, like, oh wow, with 5D everything is all great, and then a situation doesn't go the way that you hoped and you're resorting to shadow behavior. And of course the excuse would be, well, I'm human, we make mistakes, I'm not perfect. Practice the principles. You're here to improve and to try your best at being compassionate, loving, kind, understanding, to be of service, to help those in need. If you are losing your mind and upset, why don't you go help someone who is in need, a family who is in need? Help them. It doesn't matter what or who they believe in. Help them. That's what the universe source wants us to do. And if you're finding that very hard because, oh, they like a particular person, then you need to go inwards and truly ask yourself, who or what do I believe in? I think I'll leave it right there. So let's get the options for this. Option 1, option 2, option 3, and I'm going to pull another card for each. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Oh, look at that. Bottom of the deck. Heaven, forgiveness, and peace. Look at that, guys. Okay. So once again, this is option 1. This is option 2. And this is option 3. So you can pause the video, choose a card. Let's get to it. Hello, option 1. For those of you who selected the first 2 cards, here's your reading. So let's see what you got. You have card number 29, the elm tree. Moon, light in the dark. interesting with light in the dark. It's like being able to see your way through the unknown. Moon energy, mystery. Dark energy, where you can't see what is ahead of you or behind you, right? And this is being able to receive greater clarity on the situation. For you guys, it's like greater understanding of what is behind the scenes is going to be revealed to you. Now, I'm going to read from the guidebook for the elm tree, and I'll show you the card. Alone among the ruins of an ancient stone building stands a solitary elm. Kneeling at its base, with his head bowed, is a Knight Templar, wearing a coat of mail and a tunic with the characteristic red cross. The knight is leaning on his sword, the point of which is thrust into the earth. Next to him, on the ground, lies his helmet. Near the base of the tree is a chest overflowing with treasure and a great gleaming chalice covered in gold and precious gems. In the distance, on top of a hill cliff, we can see a castle with its watchtower dominating the lands below. I am getting here, who do you worship? Who do you believe in? This is so significant here. 29 reducing to 11, master number 11, and for me that represents the wisdom we possess within. So there's that knowing, but it's going to be revealed to you at the right time, and it's going to be revealed to you based on the actions of others. I'm getting here and I'm hearing it, changing allegiance. So if you had faith in one particular person, you're going to see the actions of the person that you did not believe in, did not have faith in, and you're going to be like, oh right, I actually admire this person. There's loyalty here. There's also traitor as well, being a traitor, because you have the castle where that is the establishment, but you have a knight going off to bow to a tree where there's gold and a golden cup. So you may find yourself in a situation where you could be lured by monetary gains. All that glitters. So it's a decision that you're going to have to make. So an example would be, am I going to move towards having a lot of money and turning a blind eye to injustice? Or am I going to respect my morals, follow what I believe in, no matter what? Even if I am not as wealthy as I would like. There's so many different messages here, because I am seeing that some people who were moralistic, who really have firm beliefs and stuck to it, they're going to be lured into what is against their morals. They could be bought. Let's just put it like that. And for others, those who don't really care about what happens to anyone but themselves, they're somehow going to become more moralistic. They're somehow going to step away from all that glitters. They're going to see their value. So for one side, they're seeing the value in their possessions and not themselves. They're moving away from the value of the self to the value of possessions. And for others, they're going to move away from the value of possessions, or putting a lot of value into possessions, and now putting the value on the self. So let's continue reading. The card of the elm tree can assume various meanings depending on the question asked. It is tied to the concept of justice, so it can refer to legal questions. The elm tree card is an assurance that the righteous has nothing to fear. Justice will be done. The elm tree card is an outcome that is even better than hoped for. So with the moon, light into dark, greater clarity, but it's what is unknown, what is hidden. And with the elm tree, it's like what you are hoping for comes in when you least expect it. It's a situation that may seem absolutely horrible, ends up being a blessing in disguise. But I'm really feeling here with the moon card, you end up getting more information and seeing what it's all about as time progresses. That's all. And you will have people switching loyalties. It's quite important. Okay, let's get some more cards. 29 reducing to 11. Definitely rely on that inner knowing, right? You're going to learn a lot about yourself and others. We have here affluence. Card number 5, so that's the change. Getting a chill. I really think this is going to be the start of that divide or that split in humanity, where some people are going to be going along with the changes. So we're talking about the AI and the one world government and all that. Some people are just going to comply because of what they're going to be receiving, the possessions, the monetary gains. They're going to be focusing on that, while others are going to split and say, no, that's not significant for me, and stick to their morals and not fear death. I'm just going to say it outright. They're not going to fear death. Dice, chance. Card number 19, reducing to 10, reducing to 1. That's the change. We do have here individual numbers, 9 appearing twice. So we have in 29 and 19, and we have 2 and 1. So partnership and individuality. The 2 is picking a side. Why does it have to come to this? Enlightenment on the bottom. And 27 reducing to 9 again. So there's a closing out of a cycle here. Okay, universe, why does it have to come to this? Fair. Fair. Moth. Look at that. Transformation. 29 again. So some people are going to have that transformation, enlightenment, realization on what is important to them. I don't think either side is bad, but the message here is, do you value and respect your own personal morals? That's it. Can you live with yourself? Are you going to feel guilty if called up on what you are valuing? Will you feel away? Would you be defensive? Would you feel shame? Is there a wave of fear that runs through you? Because ultimately, you're not supposed to have those fears. If you are in alignment and at peace with your decision, your choices, and what you value. Oh my gosh. Let me just stop right there. We got 7 of Cups. The choice, right? It's what is of great value and significance to you. Jeez, I think I'll stop right there with that. Let's get a card from the liminal, lessons from the liminal space. Card number 11 again. Wow. 29 reducing to 11. We have 11 finally popping up. Home is the curation of the many feelings we wish to dwell in. The home would represent the self, but it's really saying to me again, being mindful of your intentions. But ultimately, you have to be at peace and in harmony with what you are doing. So if a situation presents itself where you have to be accountable, you're not going to dishonor yourself by backtracking, by having to lie, by feeling shame. It's saying, yes, that was my decision and I would still stand by it. This is also speaking on not sitting and wishing and hoping and being still to the point where you can miss opportunities. I'm getting here piggy in the middle energy, so it's someone who is always on the fence and never expressing how they truly feel. And it's not just running around telling people, I feel like this. It's living and acting in that way that is true to you. Again, where you feel at peace and will hold your hand up and say, yes, that is me and that was my choice. That is my choice. Okay, let's get a principles card for you. Support. The support energy speaking on your spiritual team. It's also speaking on supporting one another. Humanity, we need to do this. Life force energy says that's what we're here for. It is within us. This is that healing energy here. Knowing that you are supported and you also supporting others, those in need, no matter their view. If they're in need, you help them. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings on Etsy. Information on that is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected the second cards, here's your reading. So let's see what you got. We have number 6, the Weeping Willow. And circle, unity. Willow trees are near water, right? Which is interesting. So this is really being in your feelings, in your emotions. Willows, they're a beautiful tree, but there's something that's very sad about them, lonely, and like needing company, needing to be included. The energy is like being on the outside of the circle, the social group, and wanting to be included, but not having the confidence to take the initiative to be a part of the group. So interacting, it's more so wanting to be invited, and when not asked, it's sitting in your feelings and really getting carried away in your emotions and wallowing in why no one cares, why humanity is a particular way. This is watery energy, by the way. So we're talking about all the water signs, which you all know, so I don't need to recite it. There's a need to be seen. There's a need for transparency. But it's not you wanting to be transparent, it's wanting people to see it, to get you. And that's very challenging for others, right? Plus minus energy here when it comes to water signs, because it is a very watery energy. But as a person with a lot of water placements in my natal chart, you're able to pick up on what a person needs are, and you can meet them. So other water signs will be able to pick up on this and be able to meet the needs of those who are in this energy. Feeling isolated, feeling alone, you will know the right things to say, that you can just read them. But here it's like wanting to be a part of a group. So let's read from the guidebook what this card is about. The card depicts a willow bent from the weight of its cascading silvery green leaves. The willow grows on the banks of a quiet lake, surrounded by fields. Behind the tree, on a hill in the distance, an isolated castle dominates the land, while in the foreground some flamingos graze on the shore among the reeds that grow by the pond. Yeah, there's isolation energy here. Wanting to be left alone, but wanting to be a part of the group. And I get this with the reeds because I've gone to a tarn and there was lots of reeds. It was blocking the way, the clearance to get to the body of water, which was quite interesting. So it's almost like you're putting a wall up and blocking people from you, but you're wanting people to come towards you. Keywords for this card: desired assistance, emotional disappointment, a time of discomfort, lack of faith, discouragement, disillusionment, melancholy, playing the victim. 6 represents uniting the lovers, so being a part of a group. But we have here the choice as well. Do you participate? Do you take part? Do you kind of open up a bit? Or do you remain closed? But wanting others to understand you intuitively. The fact that the castle is isolated and the willow tree, there's a disconnection from the self also. The castle represents the home, the temple, right? So it also could be disconnected from family and friends, disconnected from the self. What do I truly want? Disconnected from your dreams and desires as well. For this pile, it's important to have a support network, especially with the flamingos here, because that indicates to me, to some people, you may give the impression that everything is okay. And you may even say it. And this could also be someone that you know who is around you, who's in this energy, by the way. But no one will know because there are no signs. You're not expressing yourself. You're not saying anything like, I want to be a part of the group, or expressing your interests. So you know how you could be a part of the group and you're kind of on the outside, but you're within the discussion and you have an opinion, you have wisdom on a particular topic, but you're afraid to speak up, or you're waiting for the invite. It's for you to know the cue as to when to share what you know. Also, if there's someone within the group who is open to learning more about you, you can express to them, I feel a bit shy or a bit uncomfortable expressing myself. They'll give you that clearance to be able to express yourself in conversations, because I do that for some friends. Interesting. Okay, let's get some more cards. This is calling for you to be more sociable, guys. Try not to isolate yourself too much. It's time to come out of your shell. It's time to come out of hermit mode. Shift. Card number 9. Yep. Shifting this energy. But you're in control as to making the shift. It's that desire for change. Okay, I am going to now be a little bit more open to interacting with others. And you see how this is a continuous line. It's almost like what you put out, you get back in return. So if you do not show people who you are, then they're not going to do the same to you, right? They're not going to interact with you. For someone, you are yearning for your soul family, good friends. That right there is mainly about vibration and energy, you know. For some people, I understand that it is challenging to make friends, but it's really about vibrational shift, the frequency that you're in, and you don't have to jump and be best friends immediately. It's all about conversing and finding out common interests, right? Everything doesn't have to match either. You have key points, like key interests that are necessary, and then of course, it's good to have friends where you will learn from them, learn new things. Well, for me, that's important. Wonder, Firefly, card number 44. Another theme of light in the dark. toxic. Mushrooms. Okay. Flower. Okay, so when it comes to uniting with others, your friendship groups, wanting to fit in, it's not diving in too quickly. Again, like I just said, it is finding common interests with a few differences where you will be open to learning something new, but it's taking baby steps when offering your loyalties to others, right? It's truly getting to know them as if you would in a romantic relationship. There is that courting period. You will be able to weed out who is right for you and who is not. But you have to focus on being stable within yourself. It's about frequency. It's not about people guessing and trying to figure out how you are feeling. You're going to have to express it. 23 reducing to 5. We have 44. Again, double number for stability. Emperor energy taking the initiative. 5 of Cups. I'm hearing the chips will fall. Did you guys have a bad experience with friends? Like no longer wanting disappointment? Having toxic individuals in your life? Being put in toxic situations and it's caused you to like close your heart, to put a wall up around you? Then with shift and firefly energy, wonder, you have to use that energy, that experience to shift your outlook on who enters your life and how long they're going to be in your life. You know, the purpose of them being in your life. Hierophant. For someone, it's like a relationship dynamic. We have here who you are committing to, who you value, who has your loyalty, someone who you trusted really let you down. 3 of Cups. I mean, that could be a third party situation. This is kind of messy here. Now, again, it really speaks on you have the power to shift your energy and to be more firm and picky with who you let into your life, who you open your heart to, okay? It's important to heal the past. Card number 40, reducing to 4. So we have 4, 4, 4. We are as earth, perplexing, haunting, baffling, and full of infinite possibilities. So with this card here, from the lessons from the liminal space, our human experience is so complex. We as humans are multifaceted, complex beings who are here to learn how to live through those complexities, and while loving, uniting, and being compassionate with others. It's about seeing people for who they are, and there's a degree of acceptance, but knowing that you have the choice as to if you maintain contact and interact with them or not. And you also have control as to how much interaction you have with these individuals. That's what this is saying. The 4s with 44 and 40 reducing to 4. It's very strong Emperor energy I'm getting, and with that comes you are in control of your actions. The situations you will face, but you are in control on what you do, the actions you take. So it's time to be empowered. Okay, let's get you a Principles card. Okay, this one wants to come out. What needs your attention right now? That's what you need to focus on. What is immediately important to you, for you at this time? So instead of being in the energy of isolating yourself from others because you're afraid of opening up, or if it's a relationship situation where someone betrayed you, shift the energies towards what should I be focusing on for myself that will improve my situation. So let's say it's finances, then what do I need to do to improve that? If it's health, what do I need to do to improve that, right? If it's emotional healing, what do I need to do to improve that? Mental healing, what do I need to do to improve that, right? Let me get you one more. Calling. So this is giving me, you are being nudged by your spiritual team, by the universe, about the need for change. And we're talking about, again, with the Emperor energy, not only valuing yourself, but this is sticking up for yourself. This is not being afraid to express yourself fully, to be seen. But you're in control of that. Again, your actions. The calling is also giving me that whatever is falling away is meant to, because you have a greater purpose here. There is something bigger and greater on your path that you need to focus on, you need to be in alignment with, that is going to help more people, that is going to help a hell of a lot of people. So whatever this situation is that is bringing you down, 5 of Cups energy, it has to go. It has to go. The Hierophant also speaks on spiritual lessons, teachings. So it's understanding the bigger, the greater purpose behind all of this. Because when situations, negative situations happens to us, and I'm talking about, this is more of an emotional heartbreak. When you look at the bigger picture of, let's say it's a romantic relationship, you will realize that there was always cracks, but I chose not to see the cracks. You will finally see that I always knew that something was not right. I wasn't really feeling it. But whatever kept you, it was either obligation or there was something that this person could do that could make your life a little bit easier, and it had nothing to do with love. So an example would be, well, that person could fix my car so I don't have to go to the mechanics and spend a lot of money. Some form of convenience. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings on Etsy. Information on that is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 3. For those of you who selected the 3rd cards, here's your reading. So let's see what you got. Card number 4, the Hanging Tree. Crop circle, open-mindedness. Okay, wow. So the Hanging Tree card, for some, it may be a bit disturbing. Of course, it's hangman energy, but the man is not hanging from the legs. Let's just put it like that. As we know with the hangman, it's about new perspectives, and we have open-mindedness. So it's really speaking on being open to different views, being open to the bigger picture, not necessarily having a black and white approach to life or even certain situations. There's always a gray area. The cards are gray as well. But a huge moon is behind the tree. So there's some form of knowing, sensing, right? And this knowing, sensing, intuitive nudge is calling for you to be more open-minded, because it's very easy to ignore the intuitive whisper and then see exactly what was being shown to you once it's passed, and possibly missing a great opportunity. Now, it's saying these nudges are wanting you to open your mind a bit. 4 represents balance, structured view. So this is speaking on really having a set, fixed thought pattern, because we're talking about Emperor here. Fixed thought pattern, fixed views, and this is a period of being more flexible. So let's read about this card. I'm gonna read from the guidebook. Everyone, the card is quite disturbing, so you were warned. A large full moon against a starless sky shines down on a solitary tree, standing on a bare and parched stretch of land. On a few branches hanging several frayed nooses, but on a branch on the right side there is a hanged man, now dead. Crows fly overhead, cawing, while some others are gathered as though waiting at the base of a tree. The hanging tree represents change, new perspective, different approach, spiritual renewal, abandonment of old habits, sacrifice, effort and commitment, bad luck that brings good outcomes. And with open-mindedness and crop circle card, when you look at crop circles, it's very intricate, the designs. So again, there's like a fixed energy, so fixed perspectives, fixed thoughts, and this is the need to take a different approach, look at a different angle. And it may even be that when you take a different approach or look at another side to a situation, argument, an experience, you will be able to see the benefits, the blessings of that whole situation. The crows at the base of the tree, it's giving me like others waiting to see what you do. So for some of you, it could be you have others waiting to see you fall, or waiting to see what approach you take, and if asked, they will step in and help or offer you insights. But the crows that are flying around the tree and the corpse here, that's noise I'm hearing. That's noise from others. The crows at the base waiting for what you're going to do next, they are the ones who hold the wisdom, the guidance, but they're not interfering. They're relying on you to use your intuition and to know what is best, to see certain truths. The noose that's hanging from the tree, the empty ones, that's like those who came before you. It really seems like a rite of passage. Almost like everyone had to go through this one particular lesson, and that is being open to other possibilities, broadening your view, looking at the bigger picture. Sometimes realizing that your way is not necessarily the right way. And it's quite humbling. Very nice. Okay. So with the corpse hanging from the tree as well, that's the old version of the self. It represents that. You know that saying where when you see a truth, you can't unsee it. You can't go back to how you were. Okay. Card number 32, reducing to 5, traffic cone caution. And then we have card number 39, reducing to 12, reducing to 3, water, surrender. Wow. And the water energy ties in with the moon energy. The cone is like saying, wait, hang on a minute, wait. We want to make sure that it is safe. And the water is saying, well, you sometimes have to surrender, let go, and to see where this path will lead you, what this person is talking about, what they're about, if this situation is beneficial to me. Not everyone is out to get you. It's being able to see the red flags. We have grounded, card number 22. This is really grounding your knowing, that intuitive hit, honoring it, not letting your imagination run away with you. Master number 22 is a master builder number. So again, building on, developing on. Wall. Look at that. Card number 27. Reducing to 9. We have devil and boy, 6 and 5. I'm getting with the devil, boy, and wall a stubborn energy. I don't want to hear. I don't want to know. And with the child energy, the boy energy, stomping your feet, saying, I am not going to listen to you. My way is the only way. We all experience this where there's some areas in our lives where we are not going to budge. But what Spirit is saying is you can always listen. You can hear someone out and listen to what they're saying, because maybe there's some information in that that will help to broaden your perspective, add more color to your experiences. Terra. So this is like lands. Again, it's very broad. You have the mountains that represent, could be obstacles. It could be obstructing your view. But we have the water here. And the water is you being able to sense, right? To know that there is more, or to being open to the idea that there is more to learn, and that any type of challenge or what you can't see doesn't mean that it is what it is. The sun is in the back, and that is highlighting that understanding. Everything goes beyond. Look at that, it's cascading down the water. It goes beyond your reach, but you will get there if you are open to exploring without judgment. The boy energy also carries that student energy, willing to learn. The tarot card speaks on the world is your oyster. Knowledge is so great. It can take a lifetime to even acquire a fraction of why we are here. But it's all about the journey. It's all about what you do to acquire the knowledge, the process of acquiring the knowledge. Call it the seeker. But there's so much, and it will be revealed to you in time. And what is time? When you are open to receiving the information, because you are open to processing, to understanding the message. No more walls with the cone and the wall card. No more blocks. Okay, let's get a card from the lessons from the liminal space for you. Oh, I need to pull a tarot card as well. Okay, let's pull a tarot card. Strength. Look at that. And she carries that within, that lion pentacle there. That courage. It's the courage to be able to put the ego to one side. Because it doesn't mean that you are lesser, you are weak. The strength comes when you are open to acquiring more understanding. Because that is something that you can build upon and share. Bottom of the deck we have the Two of Pentacles. This and that are true. That's what I heard with that card. So being in that fixed energy, it is saying that you are not incorrect. An aspect of what you may believe is true, but it's also the same for the other side, the other perspective. So it's understanding the two, merging the two to acquire greater wisdom. Okay, let's see what this card says. Card number 25, reducing to 7. That's the number of spirit. Voice is vibration and energy. Speak your desires into being. So it's the exchange of knowledge, but also being aware of what you say and how you say it, because it has power with strength. Also, your intentions are very important. Why are you saying? Why are you expressing? Why are you sharing this wisdom? Is it because you're wanting to win an argument? Or is it because you really want to provide wisdom, share your wisdom with others? It's about flexibility, this. Coming out of the old mold, coming out of stillness, not expanding. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. There's a need for change. Okay, let's get you a principles card. Belief. Wow. I'll get one more. But the belief. I'm getting not shooting another's perspective or point down. That inner knowing, that silent whisper of the intuition will tell you what is true and what isn't. What is fact and what isn't. You see, the intuition is not an emotion where it's like love, hate, anger, rage. It's not that. That's what we are here to experience on earth in this life. The intuition is a knowing. It's an understanding that comes to you, and it is certain. It is definite. It is fact. And there's no emotions attached to it. And there's no thought attached to it either. It is very neutral because it comes in so quickly before you have time to think and feel what it is. When we introduce our thoughts and our feelings, that's when we can get confused. Some of us, not all of us. And you have to rely on someone to confirm that nudge. But always know that it is a silent, neutral whisper that is a knowing that is certain. Okay? That's what it feels like. But it's not an emotional feeling. Comparison, look at that. Comparing your views to the views of others. What did I just say? Neutral energy. And we have thinking, cerebral energy. So heavily focusing on your views, comparing your views to others and shooting it down, that's not what you're supposed to do. Being in the neutral energy where you do have your opinions, but you're open to learning and hearing the opinions of others, and using that inner knowing, which you'll get that silent whisper as to what they're saying, if it is factual or an element of it is factual or not. You will know, and of course you will take that information in, process it, and it may be something that you have to live by, or it allows you to shift your perspectives and views a bit to get a greater understanding of a situation or why you are here, why we are here. That's nice, but it's not about tug of war. It's about being in flow. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings on Etsy. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Open your